Hi, I'm Stan Pruitt with Urban Survivors. When an emergency strikes, typically you have about 72 hours before Red Cross or FEMA show up to help. You can't always count on them nowadays because you may be on your own for a lot longer. My son called me up, said, "Dad, for Christmas I'd like a 72-hour pack." Now he's got a backpacking backpack with his sleeping bag and his camping gear and stuff, but he'd like something like a bug-out bag or a 72-hour kit. It's a small backpack that goes in the trunk of your car, in your office, or somewhere in your home, so when a disaster strikes like a hurricane, tornado, earthquake, or zombie apocalypse, you can quickly grab that bag and head out. Now you could use a box to put some food and some candles and flashlights and stuff like that in, but remember, you're going to be on the move, so a box is not always the best thing to do. You could use a duffel bag, but again, carrying this around is not all that good. You've probably seen a lot of 72-hour packs with a little pack like this. Remember, you're carrying that, and that's a lot of weight on the straps on your shoulders. So these are not the most comfortable and not the most durable. So I just went to the sporting goods store and got a good backpack with a waist belt so it supports the weight a little better. So this is just something that's inexpensive, cheap, and you can keep in your car for an emergency. Now the first thing you need is a good pair of walking shoes. So I have a 72-hour pack in my office and in my car. So if an earthquake or disaster hit, I can quickly grab my shoes, because I'm usually wearing boots at the office, grab my shoes and my backpack, slip them on, and I'm ready to go. Let me just go through this 72-hour pack that I put together for my son. Communication is always nice, but it's an option. Here's a small one-man bivvy tent. Great, inexpensive, but not totally necessary. This again is the pack. For him, I've included the machete, so you have something to chop small wood, saw through things. And of course over here, his cold steel knife. You've got to have knives. Knives are always important. There's a bunch of different types of knives out there. There's a cold steel fighting knife, a cold steel small katana, of course a Leatherman or a Swiss Army knife. You've got to have a knife. So I'm going to go through this real quickly. Flashlight is good. You never know when it's going to happen. You may need something to see, so you've got to have light. Bandana is always something to have. You can use this either as a gas mask, as a mask to conceal your identity, or for bandages, slings, who knows. Bandanas are always important to have. So when it comes to survival, you're always going to need water. So store some water. Water bottles are perfect because that way they're ready to go and you can start drinking. You also need some sort of water purification system. I always prefer the water filters, the water purifiers. The best brand on the market is First Need. It's called First Need. Great, they go down to 0.001 microns. Katadyn is also another brand. They're made in Switzerland. They're excellent. And Pure, there's other brands like that. But First Need is probably one of the best on the planet. Next, up in this pocket right here, emergency poncho and fire starter stuff. Gotta have fire starter stuff. So we have several different types. We've got a lighter, matches, and of course a magnesium flint starter right here. So this works great too. Space blanket, always good to have. Keep you warm, keep you dry, keep you whatever. This is a great thing to have. And I always throw in here a hammer gel pack. It's like an energy supplement that'll get you going if you have to run long distance right away. Then over here we have a crank, radio, flashlight, and it's a battery charger. So you can plug your cell phone in and other MP3 type devices. You just crank it up for a bit, and then there's your light. And then also you can charge up your cell phone and such. So this one's brand new for my son. All right, in here we've got toiletries. Gotta have toilet paper, bio wipes, antibiotics so you can clean up after yourself. First aid kit, definitely gotta have something like that in case you're injured. This is one of those easy purification straws. You could scoop up some water in your water bottle, which you have in the kit, and it may be dirty, may be contaminated, but you can use one of these straws, stick the straw in there, and suck real hard to get the water through the filter, but it will purify it down to 0.003 microns. So it'll get rid of giardia and other bad stuff. Gotta have something like that, because you've got to keep hydrated. insect spray, glow sticks, and water purification tablets. So you've got to have redundant systems. If something fails, you've got to have a backup. So if the water purifier fails, you run out of clean drinking water, you can use water purification tabs to keep going. Now, 72 hours is a long time to survive, so you need food. Food comes in different varieties, so I'm going to show you here. MREs are good. These you just rip open, you can start eating them cold. They're not the most tasty, but it's good nutrition and a lot of calories. If you have a supply of water, Mountain House is always good. You just boil some water, mix it up there, and you're good to go. And ramen noodles if you can't afford anything else. Also in here, cloth gas masks, compass knife, another fire starter. There's applesauce. Multi-tool, a large multi-tool, shovel, saw, hatchet, more MREs, and of course, ammo. Now, what would you need ammo for? Alright, so that's the basics of what you need. There's other things that you can put into a pack, but you've got to have something like this ready to go. Now, I have these in my car so that I can get to where I need my larger pack. This is my 72-hour kit ready to go. If you have the money, Bergens of Norway makes the best backpacks on the planet. Trust me, I've been a backpacking outfitter, high venture kind of guy. These things are awesome. Inside I've got my sleeping bag, I've got a tent. In here I have my clothes. That's one thing my son will need to do for his 72-hour kit. He's going to need to put some pants and some underwear and socks and things like socks are important. And always plan for the season. If it's wintertime, throw in some jacket and warmer gear. When it becomes summertime, go into your 72-hour pack and change out those winter clothes for summer clothes. Here I keep my clothes. Here's my quick bag of food. I, of course, like the Mountain House. My first aid kit, my emergency straw, matches, toiletries. In here is a stove. Now, there's many different brands of stove for cooking. I prefer the very simple, very reliable Coleman multi-fuel. I like them better than the MSR. The MSR is good, but I've seen too many MSRs turn into flaming blowtorches. So this is really handy. Flip out the little tripod, you're ready to cook dinner. And of course, carry extra fuel. Water bottles are a must. And then in here, I've got my pots and pans. I've got rope, compass, harmonica, you name it, I've got it in here. So this is the way to pack out your 72-hour plus gear. Make sure it fits you. Next, I'm going to show you what you need to have along, in addition to all this, if it's a zombie apocalypse. Zombies are truly going to attack. First thing you need is a good partner. I got my wife. She's a tough woman. She can take care of any zombies. Of course, you've seen these kind of weapons. The Zombie Apocalyptic Tomahawk. Probably seen them in different catalogs, so those are always fun to have. Next, if you're a traditionalist like my wife, you like a bow. This is her father's bow that was custom built for her. Yep. But me, I'm more the kind of traditional redneck. I like the Barney 175-pound draw crossbow. Oh yeah, gotta love one of those for killing zombies. Next, you can have the staff that converts into a sword. Looks like an average walking staff by day. Pull it apart, and there you have a Damascus steel sword. Good for chopping off zombies' heads. Thank you very much, honey. Now, of course, in small arms, we'll zoom in on this one. Small arms, you go for typical pistol, Sig Sauer. You need to have some sort of subcompact. Or, if you want a little bit more power in your pistols, there's the PLR 16 223 pistol. Now then, the shotgun is the best weapon to have. If you're only going to buy one gun, it should be a shotgun, because you can send up flares, flechettes, double-aught buck for taking care of two-legged critters, slugs for taking care of zombies or deer or whatever else. And then you can fire off signal flares, incendiary rounds, lead dust rounds, bird shot, so you can hunt for birds. The shotgun, if you can only own one gun, that's the gun to own. This one is a Italian backpacker shotgun. It's a single shot. Pull the little trigger, flips down, put in your slot, and there you go. A Terminator. Me, however, I like the Mossberg 500. The marine grade, stainless steel, waterproof, shoots anywhere with laser sight and flashlight. Breech down there at the end so you can bust through doors and all that kind of stuff. 8 rounds, yeah, that's cool. Okay, if you can't afford one of those, of course you can have a small 10-22. Little 22, good for varmints and zombies. That's what you need there, folding stock and all. Okay, next is my wife's favorite gun. This is hers. This is a Mini 14 in a bullpup stock. All stainless steel, waterproof. Look at that, she loves it. It's so small, so compact, and super light. Yep, she likes that one. Me, I'm a more traditionalist. I like the M14 or the Mini 14 with a paratrooper stock. This is in desert camo furniture, and look at that. Oh yeah, ACOG traditional tritium scope and fiber optic scope there. Yep, definitely like that. That's always good for taking care of zombies. Now, if you need something with a little bit more reach out and touch someone, there's the AR-10 308. Oh yeah, look at that bad boy. It's a little heavier, but with a stainless steel barrel, you can definitely get some range over 1,000 yards. Got the ACOG 4-power scope with tritium source peep sight. Gotta love that. That's always good. And now, of course, you've got to have some way to carry your ammo around. So my lovely wife is going to be modeling the load-bearing system. This is the one I use as a cop. But you have to have something to carry all that ammo around. There you go. She's looking ready for the zombie apocalypse. And, of course, your 72-hour pack. So this is just a little brief idea to get you started on building your own zombie apocalyptic 72-hour bug-out backpack. Hope you enjoyed the video.